Boríkua, welcome to our conuco. So last time I worked on our lettuce area, which is that area right back there. You can see it's kind of cleaned up and ready to go. And today I'm working in this area right behind me. And last year this is where I planted carrots. Now the carrots didn't do as well. We had a lot of bunnies and they came over and they started eating the stalks and the leaves. So without the stalks and the leaves, the plant can't produce enough sugar to have the carrots grow properly underground. And we only got like a couple of small ones. So this year I'm doing a lot of pairing of different plants. That is, you want to plant plants that are good together. So I've been doing some reading and they say usually with carrots you want to pair them with plants that grow above ground so they're not taking the same nutrients that carrots take because they grow below ground. The other thing I'm doing is to keep the bunnies away, I'm going to try to grow very aromatic things with the carrots, so things like basil or even some onions and things like that that grow above ground that will basically keep the bunnies away. So I'm trying to do some natural quote-unquote pest control. I know bunnies aren't pests, but I just am not growing enough to share with the wildlife. So my first task with the area where the carrots were is to clean it out. You can see I've already started cleaning out the leaves and the pine needles and things that fell on it last fall. One piece of advice that I have is to just let the leaves and the pine needles do their thing. They're meant to cover the ground and keep it warmer in the winter time. So the leaves and pine needles fall first, then the snow covers them. But they create a barrier between the snow and the ground. I let them pile up, and then come springtime, I uncover the area, and usually some really cool things are happening. Like I noticed some of the raspberries are already growing behind me. And they also are really great cover, the leaves are, for some of your flower plants such as hydrangeas. We use those to cover them up and kind of give them some warmth in the wintertime. And then in the springtime when we uncover them, the hydrangeas are already growing. So as you can see, I'm done with the area of the carrots. What I've done is that I've put on the edges herbs and other kind of smelly plants, things like rosemary, lemon basil, some onion, and that way hopefully that will make the bunnies think twice about coming in to eat the carrot tops. I've also interspersed them with spinach, Bib lettuce, and I did a blend of rainbow carrots and also just like your ordinary orange carrots. A couple of other like really cool things to think about is our indigenous ancestors truly believe that plants are our original teachers. So develop a relationship with your garden. Come out and observe. You're going to learn a lot of things, such as the bunnies don't eat the arugula, so maybe plant some arugula with your lettuce to have them avoid eating your lettuce. Another thing that happened a few weeks ago is as I was thinking about starting the conuco again this year, I just had this urge to take some of these flower petals that had fallen out of some of my roses and sprinkle them about. And as I did, it was more of like a blessing of the garden, thinking about what I was going to do this year, and I just kind of sprinkled them in between the rows. I hadn't even started planting, and then a few days later when I came out to start cleaning up, I noticed something interesting. There were tons of bees and other pollinators coming at the flower petals because they were smelling them and seeing them. So that indigenous tradition of bringing flower petals as a gift for Mother Nature is actually a really cool scientific thing to do because it attracts the pollinators. And when you do anything, always set your intentions. So today when I woke up, I set my intentions to work in the garden. I envisioned what I wanted to plant together and saw them thriving. I know that for some of you it may not be something that you're used to doing, but when you set your intentions to do good, that good energy comes out. I heard a beautiful story by a Boríkua farmer. She's out in Boríquen uh, planting, and she's a young woman, and she teaches young children as well how to plant. And she says inevitably the plants that the young children actually put in the ground end up growing beautifully because they always take their time and they send good energy. And she said, meanwhile, some of the stuff that she does, maybe she's in a hurry, she doesn't pay attention. Those are the plants that don't do as well. So intention is super important when you're working in your garden. I hope this helps, and happy planting!